Cheer, what's poppin', my brothers and sisters? Grand solar evening. Fire of truth, sanctuary, we in here once again. We're about to do another powerful construction build with Brother Martin Kenny. More powerful, esoteric, hidden secrets, sacredly, that you don't know about. We're about to discuss it further. So get your pens, get your pencils out, get your pads ready, because we're about to break it down. Let's go. We're going on a journey. Life is a journey. You know what time it is. A never-ending school of learning. Life is a journey. So you might as well put on an anthem, right? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. We on the journey. You know what time it is. Yeah. The journey to higher knowledge. The journey esoteric. The journey, the hidden gems, jewels. You know the time it is. You know what time it is. Come on. We on a journey. We on a journey. On the journey, my brothers and sisters. Come on. Life is about growth and development. It's time to expand your horizons and rise. Let's go. You know what time it is. Yep. Next, so Deucey 66. What's poppin', brother? I see you. Welcome back to the Fire True Sanctuary. We on a journey. This is what it's all about. All is energy. Knowledge of self. We're building shortly. Which one are you gonna choose? We're gonna be getting real deep today. Sheesh. Reprogram your mind. Take notes. The lesson has already begun. We're going back to the oneness. Alright, that's enough of that. We're going to be starting the construction build shortly. But you know the formalities. So you know what time it is. For your bless! Yo, banging on the beat, breaking the concrete, defeating demons on a daily basis, glowing radiance, raising the consciousness to the most high status, lumen lyrical brightness, supreme natural intelligence. There's no coincidence that I'm rocking, feeding the knowledge to the masses. That's in youth, always speak the fire of truth, wisdom. Life is about growth and development, so build your light for the tests in life. Never give up, never let up. That's what's up. You know what time it is. So push forward, elevate your mind in the sun and rise.
Check it, listen, coming through, fire bun. I'm an intellectual to the precise decimals, mathematical root radicals. So let's see this, I mean this, the fire of truth. From the sheer might, the fire of truth. Preach, teach, the fire of truth.
Just levitate, levitate, keep your head straight. Just levitate, levitate. Even if the world is so cold, we just levitate, levitate. Shed these lies.
Introducing the wicked sky body, natural Nathan, representing sons of light. Introducing the wicked sky body, natural Nathan, representing sons of light. God, believe in God, believe in God, believe in God. Yeah. Introducing lowercase God body, natural Nathan, representing sons of light. Intricate lyricism, just kicking, kicking. Promise, paying homage to Mother, Father, honor. As above, so below, as below, so above. Show love to the flow, which is gold. So what you waiting for? Take your face off the floor, walk through the door, soar like you're born, children of the Most High. So get fly.
Alright, my brothers and sisters, welcome back to another blazing fire of truth, lava blaze, brought to you by your solar sovereign sun, the radiant one, supreme natural intelligence, intelligenes, intelligenetics. Okay, everybody, as I said from the start, we're going to be discussing a very controversial topic as it pertains to esoteric knowledge and wisdom. We're going to be continuing the construction build with my brother Martin Kenny on some information, and some of it's going to be controversial, and it's going to question your belief system, your way of life. However, it's going to challenge you to expand outside the box you've been trapped in, your cage. This is all about Lumen consciousness, my brothers and sisters. You got to wake up to the truth. But anyways, let us get right to the matter at hand as it pertains to this construction build. Let's get right to the point. Let's pull this up. One moment. Where are we at here? Just give me one moment. I have to find the spot where I wanted to start. This is where it was getting very interesting. So this is to find the spot where I wanted to start here. Okay, I think this might be it here. What? Hold up. I think it was right here. So this is where we're going to start. Like I said, get your pens and pads out. Get your pencils and pads out. You got to take notes. Because this is something you got to do your research. You got to do your investigation. But there's a lot of signs and symbols all around you, my brothers and sisters. I'll be addressing... When we get to the parts that are going to be controversial to most people, I'm going to be addressing them directly. Because there's a lot of signs and symbols, there's a lot of sayings that we say in the spiritual community or the new age community or whatever you want to call it, the conscious community, the awake community. There's a lot of things to let you know that stuff is changing. The New World Order has already been started. It's already been initiated. And it has everything to do with that. We're moving to a new age, a new vibration of energy, a new movement of energy. And I'm going to be breaking it down as we continue to build. So let's get right to it. So you got to take notes, brothers and sisters. You got to take notes. So let's go, man. Controversial information, but you must know it. So listen.
Everything in our reality, good and bad, is a 911. It's a 911 core. Everything in our reality, good and bad, is a 911 event. And that 911 event can either put you deeper into sleep or it will wake you up. Right? Do you go left or do you go right? If you go left, you fall asleep. If you go right, you awaken. Same thing with your brain, your left and your right side. And that's what the twin pillars represent, right? The 9 represents the mother. 9 is the last number in the number system. And then it goes back to 10. 10 is 1. So 9 represents the whole, the end, right? So 9/11 is always a choice. When they did the 9/11, there are many people that were fooled by that event, that 9/11 event, the actual 9/11 event. There are many people that were fooled by it. There are many people that fell for the bait even deeper. They fell for the laws that were passed after that. They became even more fearful of, certain people and certain factions. They bought in hook, line, and sinker. They fell deeper into the matrix.
Let me stop it right there. Matrix. Made up tricks. You have been set up. A script has been being used against you this whole time. Everything is set up. You just have to see the signs and the symbols. And the signs of the symbols is numbers. If you decode the numbers, you're going to find the truth. If you use gematria, you use their coding systems, it's always truth hidden in plain sight. They use the art of misdirection, distraction, and deception to trick you. That's why it's called a matrix. Made up tricks. That's what you need to overstand. And as he said, 9 represents the number of completion. And once that cycle is completed, it's going to reset into a new age, a new world order, in other words. And we're within that time frame of reset. This reset took place on December 21st, 2020, the age of Aquarius. We transitioned from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. So the 9 reset itself to 10, which is really 1, because there's nothing beyond 9. Everything else is just an extension of that. But there's only 1 to 9. Everything else is just a repeat after that. That's why the scripture says there's nothing new under the sun. Because once we get to 1 and then we get to 9, it resets to 10, but in actuality, it's really 1. There is no new thing under the sun. There's always a rising and there's a falling in the cipher of life. You rise and you fall. Right now, we're in the cycle where we're rising back up. We're coming out of we came out of the Dark Ages. We went from the Iron Age, and we're in the Bronze Age, and we're moving up higher, Silver Age, Gold Age eventually, which is the top cipher of the circle, the highest point. And then there's going to be a time where we're going to fall back to the Dark Ages again, and we're going to go through the seasons. You see this at a micro scale every single year, every single 3 months and a bit. You see a transition in a new age at a micro scale. You see how the consciousness shifts, even at a micro scale. So imagine if a universal cycle scale transitions and moves. It's going to be much more significant. And that's what we're seeing with this pandemic. The transition, we were in the time frame of the transition to a new age. That's why it was a worldwide event. Because the universal transition of an age and a season has moved. Therefore, it affected the whole world. That's what you need to comprehend. This was a 9/11 event. So as Martin Kenny was saying, this is a 9/11 event. The transition to this new age from Pisces to the age of Aquarius, December 21st, 2020, within that time space, this pandemic was going on. A worldwide event. This is the 9/11 marker point of this whole time of this pandemic. Now you're starting to comprehend the numbers now. You have to decode the numbers. So let's move forward. So 9 represents completion, and then there's a world reset, a new world order. Because we moved in a new age, so the rules have to change a bit. As we move into different ages, things begin to shift. Rules, various different things begin to shift. The way the environment operates, it begins to shift to a different vibration and frequency. That's what you need to comprehend. Every time we shift to a new age, a new shift, whether it's a micro shift or whether it's a macro shift, which is going to be plain and obvious, because when it's a macro shift, it affects the whole world drastically. When it's a micro shift, it's less noticeable. But it's still changes are still taking place if you pay attention. So anyways, let's move forward here. And as he said, 11 represents the pillars of choice. Pillars of choice, 11. Pillars of choice. The master number 11, the pillars of choice. The master number 11, pillars of choice. So let's move.
And there are also many people that were awakened by 9/11. 9/11 made them go, something's not right. And their journey of awakening began. So one event had two outcomes. And this is the same for everything in our reality. Everything is a 9/11. You are doing the Paul McCartney stuff,
Right.
you know? That's a 9/11 event. You know, for many people, it's going to make them fall deeper into sleep, or it's going to trigger them to wake up. So you're absolutely right in what you're saying, Mike, that it's not meant for everyone all the time. If everyone woke up at the same time, the game would be up. This reality, this existence would be over. There'd be no point to doing it,
That's right.
right?
Teach,
The world would
man.
end. It would have to end, right? So we can only wake up to a certain level if we do wake up, and we can't all wake up at the same time. Some will wake up to a certain level, some will go beyond that, some even more beyond that, and you'll just get thinner and thinner. The road gets narrower and narrower and narrower and narrower the more you wake up.
Let me stop it right there. There's a time, place, and season for all things. There's a right time to do something and a wrong time to do something. Just as there's going to be a time, place, and season when each person will start seeing what's going on, start seeing the stage, the simulation. They're going to start to see it eventually. Everybody has their own time, their season and place when they're going to wake up. So let's continue. Ecclesiastes 3.
So the way you know how awake you are is when you look around you and you see how many people are around you. If there's a whole lot of people behind you, you're not yet awake.
Teach, brother, teach! Sheesh, that's facts. Because what did the scriptures say? The broad way leads to destruction. That's where everybody's at. The narrow way, or the middle path, the middle way, leads to life. So there's very few on that path to enlightenment, to Lumen consciousness. Now you're starting to get a full picture of what's going on. And as we keep peeling back the veil, as we get deeper into this presentation and this construction build, you're going to have to really think about stuff. You're going to have to really think. You're going to have to deprogram yourself from a lot of ignorance you have been taught. You have to keep in mind that each dimension, each district in this infinite realm of possibility and potential has various different rules and codes of conduct. And you're going to be seeing how this works.